If you watch his video, you'll see he's a classic narcissist. This is exactly what a narcissist does. This is how they work. When he's talking about the beards, and he says, and so he's suddenly he's saying he's glorifying himself, and then just to take the attention off himself, because he knows he's a fake. He says, Mr. Ghosh. He points out one poor Bengali who may have been growing a bit of a beard, and he's just singling him out and making him feel really terrible to take the pressure off himself, because he's just revealed himself for what a narcissist he is by saying that our Bhavanarcissist is chanting 64 rounds, but actually he's lying. He never chanted. He never did. He was importing alcohol. So he's lying about it. That's why I knew I picked up on this. This guy's never chanted 64 rounds and done Chaturmasya. He's been lying the whole time. Because a person who's done 64 rounds would never act like he did in Sydney. He became a model, a gay model, immediately when he dropped all his disciples. He was living with a transvestite in North Sydney. A person who's actually, and he admits it himself, he never knew Prabhupada. So he's just lying about the Chaturmasya. So just to take the pressure off him at that instant, he says, isn't it, Mr. Ghosh? Anyone who grows a beard that hippie hairs, Mr. Ghosh. To take the attention off him. So things like this, you can pick up. This is how narcissists work. The way he's, before Bhagavatam class in the Bombay Jew Who, he's chit-chatting with the boys, pretending, I'm so leisurely. I'm so laid back. I can chit-chat with the boys and I can make them do Madanga, you're good on Madanga and you should get together. I'm so eloquent, I can take time out of Bhagavatam to speak with you personally and invite you up after the Bhagavatam class to my room for some more wrestling and things like that. So the way he's speaking on the Vyasasana, he's revealing himself. And this is the way narcissists work. They pretend that they've just got it all under control. And when he's speaking the Bhagavatam, it's actually the most painful, gnarly thing, the way he's speaking the Bhagavatam and trying to, so you see every word is lying. To a mystic, you can just pick it straight away. He's just lying and lying, just to get on the Vyasasana and just to make sure no one's defeating him, because he knows if anyone would stand up to him, they would strangle him from the back. If anyone were to stand up for him, so wait a minute, the show's over, that's why I'm doing it from afar. He's gone back to India now because he knows he can't hide here anymore because I'm onto him, and he's picked that up. So he's back in India now. So we're bringing these little, so just these points you can find out for yourself by watching his videos about the truth of it. You can decide for yourself by hearing him speak and seeing what, a Krishna conscious person doesn't speak like this. He does not speak about himself and make up stuff, lies about Prabhupada that Prabhupada never said, and actually Prabhupada's just making fun of him. He doesn't realize it. Prabhupada's pointing him out, the most handsome in ISKCON. No, that's not how a devotee feels about himself. He's the worst. He's the worst. Not a devotee. We more we advance, the more we realize that this is the active denial of God, of Krishna. We're actually, by thinking we're a body as the most handsome, we're actually actively denying Krishna, and we get to realize this after 50 years in ISKCON. Oh no, I've actually denied Krishna, and that's why I've got a material body, and there's nothing good about it at all. Prabhupada taught us about that. But because Bhavananda recognized, he says it in his videos, he never heard a word Prabhupada said. He says it himself. He was just interested in getting the adrenochrome, getting the money to get the adrenochrome, because what he's doing with Ford and our TOVP, and that's why the earth is round, it's not flat. That's why he's a creative designer. He's going to get full responsibility, the demonstrating globe earth for following the Jesuit rule. There you've got it. That is the whole Freemason operation, because of the globe or the flat earth. That's why he's the creative designer. Isn't that ruffle any feathers. That should be enough warning. But so um, that's just some subtleties that I need to draw your attention to. This is the way the narcissist work. He's on the Vyasa side, but he's actually flirting with the boys. Do you know what a tassel is? And who wants to come and wrestle with me later? And you don't. This is not what you talk about in Bhagavatam class. How dare he? So this is this is Balaram who's killing this guy. He's responsible for many deaths, and we are the ones who can afford to be lax today because we have got the lawyer now who's just going to take his time. We're not rushing him, but he's promised to do it. So and he's a lawyer. He's an honest man. He's promised. This is the way we work. We're truthful. And it's all Krishna's divine will is activated now. We're not moaning anymore. We're celebrating. That's why Rishi Bhattarai, that's a celebratory name. He's he's Nepali sadhu who's taken on the High Court. He can take on the whole system in Australia. He's got that much power. So he can certainly do this. It is easy for him. This is a sniffle. This is nothing for him because all the evidence is in now. That's why it's chosen. It's already chosen. I just had to gather all the evidence up, and I've done that. That was the real success of Bhavananda's come out and done this video on Vrindavan. He's actually revealing himself, and it's horrible. But if you care to do it, and if any Prabhupada